This might come as a shock, but I learned that people are happiest on Fridays during the work week, and they're happiest overall on the weekend. So, people appear to be happiest when they're not working. And that's the draw for many people seeking early retirement, living in a perpetual state of weekend bliss. While money doesn't directly buy happiness, it can buy you more Saturday morning feels. That said, very few actively seek early retirement, and even fewer actually achieve early retirement, even though the biggest regret of retirees is that they didn't retire sooner. But for those that did retire early, how did they do it? What can we learn from them, and how can you apply it to your life? Today, I'll break down the 5 most common paths, which I actually haven't covered in one video just yet. Success leaves clues. So whether you're seeking early retirement or you simply want more financial security and quickly, the following paths are the common paths to uncommon financial success. Hello, my name is Frankie, author of the new book, Save Half, Retire Fast. Please do like this video if I earn it. Subscribe if you want to see more from me. And let's begin. Path number 1, save and invest early and often. I talk about this path the most on this channel, and that's because this is the most accessible for the majority of people. This path requires simply investing your money into assets that appreciate over time until you have a large enough portfolio to retire. Most do this through the stock market and tax-advantaged retirement accounts. With this strategy, you'll want to focus on high growth assets rather than safer but lower ceiling bonds or gold, for example. Every increase in your annual rate of return has the potential to reduce your working life by years. High growth investments offer higher rewards most years, as long as you have the stomach to ride out some volatility year to year. The Simple Path to Wealth is one of my favorite books on the topic. In it, J.L. Collins explains the invest it and forget it strategy that leads to financial security. He recommends investing in low-cost index funds, and personally, I recommend one that tracks the S&P 500. Once your investment portfolio reaches 25 times the size of your annual spending, you can technically retire. The 4% rule is based on a study that determined that you can withdraw 4% of your assets to live on the first year of retirement and adjust that number up just a little bit each year to account for inflation. If you stick with 4% annually, you'll not only be able to retire, but your portfolio may actually continue to grow most years, even as you draw down from it. Now, that said, some do think the 3% rule is safer for early retirement since people are actually living longer than ever, and that study was based on a 30-year retirement. The beauty of this path is that anyone can put the plan into place and have confidence they can withstand market ups and downs in the long run. That's because the history of the stock market is on your side. According to my math, it has yielded roughly 13% when you average it out over the last 40 years. Now, past performance doesn't guarantee future success, but if you can aggressively save and put money into high growth, long-term investments, you can likely retire a decade or 2 or maybe even 3 early. It's not easy, but it is simple and many have done it. The key is to get started early and invest often. Path number 2, diversify your income. Many people retire based on one source of income, or rather one main source of income and one unreliable source, Social Security. You must avoid this. Adding more streams of income is a hedge against something going wrong, but it can be a lot more than that. It can actually accelerate your path to retirement if you do it right. The aim is to build income streams that exceed your cost of living. If early retirement is the goal, you'll want each income stream to be as passive as possible. However, if your goal is simply to quit your job, these diverse streams of income could come from active pursuits that you enjoy. Again, the goal is that your income streams outside of your main gig should be greater than your cost of living. If you accomplish this, you are technically able to quit your job because you'll be able to reliably earn income to pay to live. Plus, to build on that first path, another method is to invest 100% of any and all new income streams. This will also help you avoid lifestyle creep. Just be sure that you do have a strong emergency fund first. That way, if one of your streams of income fails, you'll have plenty of time to build your income and savings back up. The most exciting part about this path is there's a chance you'll be able to retire in just a handful of years if you find success building multiple passive income streams. And that's actually the big idea behind this recent video about how you can retire in 1 year from scratch. If your reliable passive income exceeds your cost of living, you can technically retire. Now, the beauty in this path is that you can always continue to build more income streams even in early retirement. I currently have 8 streams of income, most of which are passive, and I know I'll continue to focus on building even more streams of income in retirement. That's because I'll have more time to dedicate to it. I actually enjoy the challenge. My income streams focus on education and helping people, and most of all, I love it. And that's the holy grail. Diversify your income by doing something you love. I'm super grateful I found that. Path number 3, real estate. Speaking of diversifying your income, owning real estate, specifically rental properties, is one of the most popular ways to earn additional income and retire early. The best part is it can be mostly passive once you set it up correctly. The big secret here is real estate offers financial leverage, business leverage, and tax advantages. There certainly is a learning curve, but it's reasonable, and there are lots of people, courses, books, podcasts, and video resources that you can learn from. If you study enough and you're savvy enough, real estate can dramatically shorten the time to early retirement, especially if you focus on leveraging specialized strategies. Returns can be far greater than passive investing and far, far greater than adding additional active income streams. This is especially true if you find an undervalued deal or have the skill set to provide extra value for a property. Doing this is how your returns become extremely consistent and exponential. The BRRRR model with 4 R's is a popular approach you should learn about if you haven't heard about it and you're interested in this path. That stands for buy, rehab, rent, refinance, and repeat. And I'm pretty sure somebody is doing that across the street from where I live. While loud and annoying most days, good on them. I'm slightly jealous, and I could definitely see myself getting into that as I get older and build more capital. And by the way, managing real estate doesn't have to be something you actively work on and manage. As your income and portfolio grow, many people delegate the active work to a property manager or a team. And the beauty in this path is, while the stock market has its ups and downs, the real estate market is almost always guaranteed to go up, except that one time it did all come crashing down. Nothing is a 100% sure bet, but real estate is pretty much as close as it gets. If you have the capital to get started and a strong desire to learn, this could be the early retirement path for you. Path number 4, run a business. Another common path to early retirement is through business ownership. A business might start from a well thought out plan, but for many, their business blossoms as a result of pursuing a side hustle and doubling down on it. The beauty of this path is there's no income ceiling in sight. With a traditional job, there's almost always a salary range that you're gonna stay between. Sure, you'll usually earn occasional incremental annual increases, but that barely keeps up with inflation. And that's why many people job hop frequently, which is stressful in and of itself. As a business owner, you can earn as much as your efforts, talents, and time will take you. Your career progression is up to you, not your superiors. This business path is risky, but it can become extremely successful from a monetary standpoint and offers a handful of attractive benefits. In fact, if done right, running a business looks like leveraging other people's time. Plus, you can leverage tax advantages that aren't available to the passive investor. If you're self-employed, you can actually take advantage of solo 401ks and SEP IRAs, which allow you the potential to invest far more than you can with a traditional work-sponsored 401k plan. With the solo 401k, your investment contribution max can even exceed $50,000. Under SEP IRA plans, you can contribute up to a quarter of your income. The maximum in 2022 is the lesser of 25% of your salary, or $61,000. Oh yeah, and there's also that dream scenario. Businesses, small and large, can be sold for a life-changing amount of money. It isn't uncommon for businesses to sell for triple their annual revenue or more. The sale of a successful business could send you soaring across the early retirement finish line. Business isn't for everyone, but if you always wanted to bet on yourself, this could be for you. It could be a fast track to financial freedom. It might start with a few bumpy years, but once it gets going, much like investing, it can compound quickly and get you where you want to go financially. Plus, if you eventually decide you love it too much to retire, you don't have to. It can offer ultimate flexibility and security if it works out. Path number 5, take on a hybrid approach. You probably saw this one coming, but that doesn't mean it isn't critically important to internalize and act on. When you combine any combination of active investing, diversifying your income, real estate, and or business, you can put your early retirement plan into hyperdrive. Many people think the FIRE movement starts and ends with extreme frugality. That works for some people, but for most, they use any and all extra funds to invest smartly in themselves, in high upside stocks, in real estate, and or in business. They increase their savings rate. They build an active, then a passive income stream. They might buy a second home and turn their first home into a rental property, or turn their side hustle into a business. If you start building a nest egg early, find ways to keep money funneling into your bank account from various channels, invest any extra dollars you can wisely, and consider business or real estate, you'll be well on your way to financial independence and early retirement. Early retirement comes down to simple math. It's perpetual income that you can't outlive. The equation is to earn more than you spend in perpetuity. You can pick any path that I covered today and achieve success, but you can also take a hybrid approach and accelerate your journey. The key is, once you master one or automate it, you'll want to come back to this list and consider adding a second path, then possibly a third. Using the hybrid approach, you won't just set yourself up for a happy life and early retirement, you'll be building generational wealth. In fact, consider saving this video for reference. It doesn't have all the answers, but it can be the reminder you need to keep going when you feel a little stuck, or to give you some direction when you're ready to push forward and expand your financial skills. It'll also keep you focused when distractions kick in. I intentionally didn't cover get-rich-quick schemes like day trading, penny stocks, meme stocks, NFTs, or even cryptocurrency. I covered the tried and true paths that have worked for many historically. And again, I encourage you to leverage more than one path. Always remember this: the smartest move is to take matters into your own hands. Decide that you can retire early and then map out a way to do it. And never forget, success leaves clues. Study those that have done it before you. I'd love to know, which of these paths are you most excited about? Which of these paths are you working on or have you already mastered? Which are you excited to grow? Please do let me know in the comments. And if there's a path I missed that you think works, please share. I'm still learning as well. My name is Frankie. Like this video if I earned it and got your wheels turning. Hopefully I kept this semi-difficult topic relatively easy to digest. And subscribe if you want to see more from me. For more on this topic, I highly recommend you check out this video next. It's how ordinary people retire early as millionaires. It's the perfect video to watch if you haven't. Have an awesome week or weekend ahead, and I hope to see you next week on the next one. Thanks.